All right, buddy. It's all on you today. You ready to read them?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Melvin, Mark, Heather, Zachary, Kedrick, Scott, Sandy, Jeff, Chris.
There you go. Should we run them in?
Yeah.
You want to go too?
Sure.
Okay. You know, as I go through all these envelopes on everything, when I'm writing the addresses out, I sit here and I think there's so much of America that I have not seen. Even as a truck driver, there's so much of it that I have not seen. And you guys remind me of everywhere I want to go someday. All right, Troy? Maybe we'll do some camping in those places. All right. We're right over here. Come here. Right there where it says deposit mail here. Go ahead. Yep, throw them in. Good?
I haven't been in here so long.
Yeah. Pretty cool, isn't it?
Sure.
It's about as normal as a post office can be.
Mm-hmm.
We ready?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. This is another one of those times where the video has nothing to do with these envelopes. We're just starting the video this way. There, now I can say there's a truck on my trucking channel. Yeah, that's how I roll. Alright, the overdrive is shut off and she is into trailer mode. When she's in trailer mode, she shifts kind of hard, so if the camera jumps. How are you beautiful and wonderful people doing on this magnificent day? We're sitting kind of chilly yet because we're sitting right at 66 degrees. It was beautifully warm out yesterday, but I think it's probably going to be a good weekend to try the camping. Truck's not done, so we'll get some camping in. We're going to try 3 separate campgrounds. When I say try, you really don't know what campground you're going to get into these days. Unless you're at a campground by like 9 o'clock in the morning, the chances of finding an actual site to put a camper when you're camping with a travel trailer or fifth wheel or motorhome, whatever way you want to go there here in Iowa, it gets kind of tough. So either it's going to be a 45-mile day finding a campsite, or it's going to be a shade over 100-mile day trying to find a campsite. Right now we're going to aim for Correctionville, Iowa. I think it's a Little Sioux campground. We're going to run over there. We're going to try that one out, see if we can find a spot. If there's no luck there, we're going to trim back. We're going to hit Southwood Campground, and then if there's nothing there, we're going to come back and we're going to go and hit Rodney Gravel Pits Campground. So we have 3 campgrounds. Let's go try them out and see what we can find. I need it all, thank you. Forgot how heavy this thing is. If I remember right, this thing weighs probably about 8,200 pounds, 8,200 pounds dry weight. And then by the time you completely put all your stuff in there, then right now I have the water tank completely full. That way, no matter what campground I pick, I don't have to worry about putting their water into it. I can put my house water into it. If we were traveling further away, I wouldn't keep the water tank full because that does add a lot of weight to it. but it just means I actually have to use this dually for this pickup, this diesel, this 2005 Ford 1-ton pickup. I actually have to use it. I mean, 95% of the year this pickup is a glorified grocery getter. It doesn't do anything other than just drive me around, and we might go camping in the back of it, but just drive me and the pups around. There was definitely a cold front that came through last night. If you caught yesterday's video, me and Sarah went to a movie and we were getting out of there, and it was 85 degrees before, or 90 degrees before we went in. And then on the way home, or when we came out of the movie, it was 58, 60 degrees. It's warmed up to 65 today, but the wind is out of the northwest, so it's going to be fighting us a little bit. But we only have probably about 10 miles left till we reach reach Little Sioux Campground over here. I try to stay positive anymore when I go to campgrounds. If you guys have been with me for a long time, you know whenever we go searching for campgrounds, I call it, it can be kind of difficult to find. All state campgrounds, Iowa state campgrounds around us are reservable. I'm not a fan of the reservable part. That's where I'm kind of old and stubborn, I guess you could say. If I have to reserve to camp in a campground around my area, I'd rather just not even camp at that campground. That's pretty much the truth right there. If I'm going to make a family vacation out of it, and like if we're going to go out to the Black Hills or something with the camper, you don't really have a choice, because then you're driving 500 miles away from home. So if you're going to drive that far away, you probably should find something that's reservable. But the state of Iowa, not many people are going to be coming out here for vacation, so they don't really need to be reservable. What do you think? Think the spot might work? Let's go see if we can find something. Look at those water levels. I don't think I've ever seen this. It's almost dried up. get off kind of lucky at Correctionville Campground here. There's an old part and there's a new part. Right now we're in the old part. I don't like camping in the new part because it usually fills up extremely fast. There is all kinds of spots open here. Now it's just to decide, you know, we usually camp right there in that spot right there, but if you're expecting rain, you don't want to be there because that spot floods like crazy. I'm thinking I'm going to go down here to the end and we're going to nestle ourselves into the end spot. I've never camped down here in the end. We'll try it. Down here it can be kind of tricky in the wise of bugs because the campground is, you know, here's a creek and then here's a creek and then the campground's right in the middle of it. But I think we're going to be okay. I really do. There is all kinds of spots open. You remember that part I said when we were pulling into that campground? This campground can be kind of tricky in the wise of bugs. I'm really disappointed. I wanted to camp there. It was away from everybody. It was a great spot, but I think there's a reason why that campground was empty. I got out and I was setting the tripod up for different angles, stuff like that. And I had gnats going up my nose, gnats in my eyes, gnats trying to get in my mouth. I walked back up to the pickup. Opie's biting and nipping and everything, and I tried to catch the bugs all around him. There was a lot of bugs, guys. A lot. I'm not afraid of bugs by no means. I will camp. Well, the good part about truck camping when we sleep in the back of the pickup is if there's a lot of bugs somewhere after you get set up, you can just shut your tailgate and you move on to a different spot to where the bugs aren't so thick. When you do the camper though, you gotta, you know, it takes about an hour to set these things up, about an hour to rip them down, then move in, and it's more of a hassle than anything, so you put up with the bugs. Yeah. I'm moving campsites because of the bugs. Holy smokes. I don't think I've ever seen gnats that bad. That was crazy. No big deal though. We're just gonna run down the road a little bit here and go check out a campground. I think you guys were with us last year when we went to this campground. It's just it's a gravel pit that they're turning into a campground. The only problem with this campground is it's got probably 80 sites, and that's not a problem. But I always pick the far out one where I'm not around anybody. And Ward Noise gets mad at me because she's like, why are we out here by ourselves? That's why I go camping, honey. I want to be by myself. I don't want to be around everybody. So now, once we get here, I'm going to have to decide if I want to keep Warden happy or if I want to keep my babies happy. Because when we're around all those people, the dogs got to be on leashes the whole time. When we're out and away from everybody, the dogs can just run around with me. Mercy, we'll be here in about 5 minutes. No big deal. I don't think I've ever left a campsite because of bugs before. That was a new one for me. Like, let me give you an example of what I like versus what Sarah likes. Like the spots where we just pulled in here, these would be sites that I would camp in. Granted, there is no shade. You do not want to be here when it's 110 degrees out. But these are the sites that I would want to camp in. They're away from everybody. You're about as far from somebody as you're going to get when it comes to campground camping. Now let me show you where Sarah would want me to set the camper up at. Those right there are the spots Sarah would want us to set the camper up at. In the middle of everybody. The more people, the happier she is. The more people, the more miserable I am. Luckily, I'm the one driving the pickup. I'm the one over here setting it up. I have you all as my witness. The time we got lost in Iowa, that video, she said, if I'm driving, I'm the boss. I'm driving. So we're camping in the middle of nowhere. Well, the middle of nowhere for campgrounds. I'm sorry I had to put you on a chain. Your brother ruined it for you. Yeah, your brother's the one that took off. Your brother is the one who has been causing all the problems today. Somebody's bouncing off the wall and ready to go back trucking, I'm thinking. He is a very, very upset puppy. Mesmerizing, isn't it? Right? Doesn't the fire do that to you? When I stare at a fire, it just is mesmerizing.
I don't know, it's mesmerism, or whatever word is.
What?
When there's a fire, a lake, and the mountains.
You two just don't know what to do you? Yeah, get this chain off of me and I'll show you what I'm gonna do to you. Oh, come on, man. It's not that bad. You've been in worse situations.
I need a picture of the sunset.
Oh, hurry up, son. Hurry up. Get a picture of that sunset, that Iowa sunset. You can't find sunsets like that everywhere. Even the mountains don't have sunsets like that. and I'm the dork. I'm the dork. You guys are trying to bite fire, but I'm the dork. That's Mom's Christmas present to us. So much for keeping an incognito thing and not letting no one know who we are, right? Well guys, I'm going to keep today's video nice and short. Maybe we'll start another one up tomorrow and see how the camping adventure goes. We're going to try, just keeping up on the daily vlogs. They seem to be doing okay. They don't get as much views as, the trucking vlogs, but hey, when first class ain't in the picture, that doesn't mean we just have to pause our life and not do anything, right? Alright, you guys stay safe, and as always, I'll see you next time. Look at them. Do not get me wet. Okay. I've never seen a water gun that has lights in it. Don't get my dogs wet either.
He didn't.